Hi, Great City. This is Hank. 2 weeks ago, stayed home from work. I felt bad, and Sunday night I noticed that I was turning yellow. So I contacted my doctor on my Sanford chart, and he ordered blood work. That showed several indicators that something was wrong. So Tuesday morning, I had a CAT scan, went back to bed, and 3 hours later, my doctor called and said, "I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You have a tumor on your pancreas, and it doesn't look good." I've seen a couple people survive with this, but they may want to do surgery today. I'll have a surgeon get in touch with you immediately. And so I went through the typical initial responses to grief, shock, denial, and then numbness set in. I'm not afraid of dying, but I've always prayed every day for decades that God might allow me to outlive Sherry. I wanted to spare her of the loss of a spouse and of having to clean up after me. The next thing I thought was, but Lord, I still have so many books I want to read. But as time went on, there were biblical truths that kept coming back to me. Ephesians 1 tells us that God works all things according to the counsel of his will. Romans 8 says that we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. Psalm 139 says, "In your days were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me." And Job 1 says, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gave, the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." One night in the middle of the night this last week, I laid in bed and thanked God over and over again for all the blessings that he has given me. He has taken a few things from me which were hard to release, but he's given me infinitely more than he has taken. God has been very gracious to us. Everything we had heard about pancreatic cancer seemed like a death sentence. But Tuesday, when they did my biopsy, the doctor said that the tumor had not spread and that of the two kinds of pancreatic cancer, I had the one that was better to deal with. He said that we may be able to do only half a dozen treatments of chemo rather than 3 months worth before I have the 6-hour Whipple surgery. But I won't know what our exact plan is until we meet with the oncologist on Tuesday. We know that God never promises to heal us. We also know that he promises to be with us no matter what, and that he is our strength, our refuge, our rock, our ever-present help in trouble. So we're just clinging to him and asking for healing, but also that he will glorify himself through us, that we will die well if that's what he calls us to, that we won't waste our cancer if that's what he calls us to. But no matter what happens, that he would glorify himself and work for our ultimate good. We'd appreciate your prayers, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks.